Hello, I'm Dr. Ramirez. Your test results look great. We'll get you discharged soon.
The real story of getting into medical school, becoming a doctor, is often spoken about as if it were a single moment of triumph. An acceptance letter, a white coat, a proud smile. But the truth is far less cinematic and far more human. The journey into medical school is not a straight line. It is messy, uncertain, exhausting, and at times deeply discouraging. Yet it is precisely these struggles that shape the doctors people eventually trust with their lives. This is not a story about perfect grades or effortless success. It is a story about persistence, self-doubt, rejection, growth, and the slow realization that becoming a doctor is as much about character as it is about intelligence. Early dreams and misconceptions, like many young people, the idea of becoming a doctor began early. There was something magnetic about the profession, the respect, the responsibility, the ability to help people at their most vulnerable. As a child, the image of a doctor seemed almost heroic, someone who walked into chaos and restored order, someone who had answers when others did not. But childhood dreams are often built on simplified ideas. The reality of medicine is not shown in television dramas or school career days. No one talks about the sleepless nights, the academic pressure, the emotional weight of responsibility, or the constant fear of not being good enough. At the beginning, medicine looked like a destination. Over time, it became clear that it was a demanding journey that tested every part of a person. Academic pressure and reality checks at school, academic performance mattered. A lot. Science subjects became the focus, especially biology and chemistry. Long hours were spent revising, memorizing, practicing, and repeating the same information until it stuck. Good grades opened doors, but they also raised expectations. Yet even strong academic performance did not remove uncertainty. There were moments when exams went badly, when confidence dropped, and when comparison with others became unavoidable. It was easy to look around and feel average in a room full of high achievers. This is one of the first harsh lessons on the path to medicine. Being smart is no longer enough. Everyone applying is intelligent. What separates people is resilience, discipline, and the ability to keep going when motivation fades. Understanding what medical schools really want, one of the biggest misconceptions about medical school admissions, is that grades alone guarantee acceptance. They do not. Medical schools are not just selecting students. They are selecting future doctors. That means they look beyond academic scores. They want to see commitment, empathy, leadership, and genuine understanding of what medicine involves. This realization changes everything. Volunteering becomes essential not as a box to tick, but as a way to understand people. Working in hospitals, clinics, care homes, or community organizations exposes applicants to real patients and real suffering. It teaches humility. It teaches listening. It teaches that medicine is not about being the smartest person in the room, but often about being the calmest and most compassionate. The emotional side of preparing for medical school is emotionally draining. There is constant pressure to perform, to improve, to prove worth. Friends choose easier paths. Social life shrinks. Doubt creeps in during quiet moments. There are nights spent questioning everything. Is this worth it? Am I good enough? What if I fail? These questions never fully disappear, even later in a medical career. Learning to live with uncertainty becomes part of the process. Family support plays a crucial role during this time. Encouragement from parents, siblings, or mentors can make the difference between giving up and pushing forward. At the same time, expectations from others can add pressure. When people believe in you, failure feels heavier. The application process, stress in slow motion applying to medical school, is not a single event. It is a long, stressful process filled with forms, deadlines, personal statements, interviews, and waiting. Writing a personal statement forces applicants to reflect deeply. Why medicine? Why now? Why you? These questions sound simple, but answering them honestly is difficult. Empty phrases and cliches are easy. Authentic reflection is not. Interviews are another challenge entirely. They test communication skills, ethical reasoning, emotional intelligence, and the ability to stay calm under pressure. There is no script. Every answer reveals something about the person behind the application. Rejection is common. Many strong candidates do not get in on their first attempt. This can be devastating. After years of preparation, a rejection letter feels personal, even though it is not. Facing rejection and self-doubt. Rejection hurts. There is no way around it. It forces uncomfortable self-reflection. Was I not good enough? Did I choose the wrong path? Should I quit? This is where many journeys end. Not because of lack of ability, but because of loss of belief. But rejection can also be a turning point. It can expose weaknesses that need work. It can motivate growth. It can teach humility and patience. Some applicants take gap years. Others improve their applications, gain more experience, or strengthen academic foundations. These paths are not failures. They are detours that often create better doctors. The moment everything changes eventually, there is a moment, often quiet and ordinary, when an acceptance arrives. An email, a letter, a notification on a screen. Years of effort are reduced to a few lines of text. Relief floods in first, then disbelief, then pride, but quickly another emotion follows, fear, because getting into medical school is not the end. It is the beginning of something far more difficult. The reality of medical school is intense. The volume of information is overwhelming. Days blur into nights. Exams come fast and often. There is little room for complacency. Students quickly learn that perfection is impossible. Mistakes happen, knowledge gaps appear, confidence fluctuates. More importantly, medical school introduces students to real patients, real illness, real death. This is where medicine stops being theoretical. This is where empathy becomes essential. Seeing patients suffer changes perspective. It reinforces why the journey began in the first place. Lessons learned along the way. Looking back, several lessons stand out clearly. First, medicine is not about ego. It is about service. Anyone entering the field for status or praise will struggle. Second, resilience matters more than talent. The ability to recover from failure is what keeps people moving forward. Third, humility is vital. Doctors do not know everything. Learning never stops. Finally, kindness to patients, colleagues, and oneself is not optional. It is foundational. Advice for future applicants, for those dreaming of medical school. The advice is simple but honest. Do not romanticize the journey. Understand it fully. Work hard, but do not lose yourself. Protect mental health. Build support systems. Seek experiences that challenge comfort zones. Listen more than you speak. And if rejection comes, do not let it define you. Many great doctors were once rejected applicants. Conclusion: the real story of getting into medical school is not about flawless success. It is about persistence, growth, and choosing to continue despite fear and uncertainty. Medicine demands a lot, but it also gives meaning that few careers can offer. For those willing to endure the journey, the reward is not just a title. It is the privilege of helping others at their most human moments.